Hello. In February this year I got my early seed potatoes. I chitted them up indoors and then I planted them out in 10-inch pots. And it's now the 2nd of June, so those potatoes have been outdoors growing on now for about 4 months. And in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be starting to empty those out to take some of those early potatoes. But at the same time, as I was sowing those in the 10-inch pots, I actually put some in this box in the fridge. If you're a subscriber of mine, you've seen this a number of times. If you're not, then you're in for a surprise when I open this. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but the lid won't fit anymore. So the potatoes that have been in this box, in the fridge, in the dark, in the cold, are trying to escape. I think it's their turn. Don't you? After 4 months in the fridge, I think it's their turn. So we're going to take them out today and we're going to prepare them to be planted up today. I think I told you when I started out on this experiment that what I was finding was in the June and the July of the year, as I emptied my as I emptied my early potatoes out of pots, I was generating empty pots and spare compost, and there were still 3 months, 4 months, summer months left and nothing in pots. So I thought, well, what I actually need is something prepared for June of the year to go in those pots. This is Maris Bard, by the way. Now then, ha ha. Maris Bard definitely wants to be out of this box and in the ground. So I'll just pop Maris Bard over here for a moment. Okay. And we'll get the rest out as I tell you what's going on. Okay, so the idea was that in a couple of weeks' time, when I empty a pot out and I take the early potatoes, I'll then reinvigorate the compost with some sort of, I don't know, fertiliser, pop it back in and pop these potatoes in, home guard. So these potatoes then will have June, July and August, good summer months, and probably a couple of months in September. Here's home guard smiling at you, can you see the smile? So that's the idea. So what we're looking to achieve here, what the experiment's about, is can we get 2 crops of potatoes from 1 pot in the same year? Is it possible? I don't know, I've never done it. I don't know anybody that has. But what spurred me on was all those empty pots last year and all that compost, and 3 summer months left of the year and nothing to go in. So I thought I would give this a go. Anyway, get up to speed now. What was this one? This one's Rocket. Okay, you can see Rocket's wanting to rocket, basically. We'll pop Rocket there. I'll just tidy these off the table for a minute. Okay. And so, yeah, in 2 weeks' time, these guys are going into 10-inch pots. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you a little trick that I've used before, and it's worked for me before, so I expect it'll work this time. This is Pentland Javelin. It'll work this time if these potatoes want to have a go. Pentland Javelin. See, Pentland's ready to go. We'll pop Pentland Javelin there. And last one in this bag, and I think this one is probably Winston. Yeah, this one's Winston. Oh yeah. So Winston's only got some small chits on. Ideally that's how I would have liked them, but the others got away a bit quicker. But I'm sure these guys will go now. So I'll just pop that in there. That's the last time you're going to see this, hopefully, this year. And you'll be glad to hear that, I would think. And if I just bring this forward and show you this, and this is all for your benefit. How about that? Sticky back plastic. Okay, so they're the seed potatoes. As you can see, they're ready to go. So let's not hang about. Let's get them in. So these guys will grow through June, July, August, and into September, and that's when we'll harvest them. And whether we call them new potatoes, early potatoes, late early potatoes, late new potatoes, baby potatoes, I'm not too sure what we'll call them. But if they grow, we'll certainly eat them. So I'll just take this off the table now, and I'll go and bring the planters in. Okay. Okay, this is just a 3-inch pot. I've already put some compost in there. There's about an inch in the bottom of there. I'll just show you. These guys are going to finish up in these 10-inch pots. You've seen these before. But the ones I want to use are the ones that have already got potatoes grown in them. So until I harvest those, and the compost in those as well, I'm going to recycle that. So until I harvest those, we've no 10-inch pots. So what I intend to do as a stopgap is, because these are ready, I'm going to fire them up in these 3-inch pots. At least that's the plan. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sit these sets in the pots on that compost and do that. Okay, we'll just do that. Top him off, look at that, disappeared. Pentland javelin in a 3-inch pot. Tick it in. Then what we'll do is we'll keep them indoors for a few days, just let them get up to temperature, and see what comes out of the top of this pot. Okay. And then, as I say, when the other pots become available, when they come out, when the early potatoes come out, these guys will be potted up. So we're actually potting up potatoes now. Just shake that in. And that's Winston. And we'll do Home Guard next. Now these guys, the chits on these are getting bigger and bigger, so they might pop out the top actually before I get them filled up. Can you see that? I'm not too sure that you can. Hey, what's the weather been like, by the way? Well, I think on. Isn't it atrocious? It's the beginning of summer, it's like the beginning of winter. We had hailstones the other day, blimey. And the winds, oh, it's been horrendous. Anyway, that was a quick weather rant. Right, so we're sitting these guys in, and it shouldn't be too long before they start putting some shoots out through the top. And then they really will have to go in the bigger pots. So that was Home Guard. Right. This guy is Rocket. Woohoo! Rocket's rocketing, okay. We'll put him in so that the chits are facing upwards, okay. We're not going to put him in like that, we'll put him in like that. Okay. And I think you can see these guys are nearly out the top now. So it isn't going to be long till we get some, you know, we've got some shoots on here to look at. And I'll show you that when it happens. In fact, when it happens, which should only be a couple of weeks' time, we'll be planting these up. And I'll post another video to show you that. There you go, Rocket's out the top already. Blimey, he's ready to go. So that's Rocket. And the biggest, most awkward one will last. Wow, look at Maris Bard. And you see the roots? See these roots? So the chits come from the top of the set and the roots come from the top of the set. Most of the action actually seems to be from the top of the set. You get very little action from the bottom. But we get these roots under this compost, they'll start and fire up hopefully. This guy's a bit more awkward. I'll just turn him that way. Just want to try and get everything. That's okay. I'm making a bit of a mess on the floor here. I'm going to need to get this lot tidied up. Okay, what was that guy? Maris Bard. Okay, so 5 potatoes, seed potatoes that have been in the fridge for 4 months. They're out now, they're up and running. We'll get them in over the next couple of weeks, and then they'll have another 3 or 4 months to produce potatoes. And if they manage to do that, then we'll have grown 2 crops of potatoes in one 10-inch pot over 1 growing season, and we'll have recycled the compost. Hey, come on, come on. Right, this is Homegrown Veg signing off.